Player release clauses, they're either your friend or your foe. Picking up a wonder kid and activating their cheap release clause that's lower than their value is an amazing feeling, but it also feels like a kick in the guts when your best player's release clause gets activated and you had no idea. Over the years, we've explored the wondrous world of release clauses, and today we are assigning every single player on our squad a £1 release clause.
You what?
The worst deal I think I've ever seen negotiated.
Oh my god! Wow!
That's right, not only our 42-man squad, but some of the best prospects and talents in the world that already have a pre-installed release clause into the game. We've assigned them all the £1 release clause to see what kind of mayhem is going to unfold. How's the transfer market and world football going to react to all these players available on a £1 release clause? It is going to be something special, let me tell you that. The proof is in the pudding right here. We're going through every single player, all have £1 release clauses instated in their contract, and we've called back some of the players out on loan just so we have a bigger and beefier squad. It feels like we're having a quick fire sale going on right now because I can just envision players headed out the door in a rapid rate. Even Lord Lingardinho has a £1 release clause. It's going crazy. We have some of our best players at the club pretty much gone for free. I don't be shocked if we make it through this whole summer without most of the majority of our squad completely disappearing. AI clubs are going to have a field day. They're going to be pouncing on this sale. So the squad limit is 18 players. So yeah, if we make it through this summer with over 18 players, that's a miracle. If worse comes to worse, we might have to delve into the £1 release clause market. It's a very niche community we've got going on here. We'll see what transfers go down in the summer and to see if the AI will actually react and reinstate their contracts, get their release clauses to be at a higher value, or are they just going to leave it there for the whole season? Every single club in the world are licking their lips right now at Manchester United. It's like Black Friday's come early. Fasten your seatbelts and brace yourselves for what's about to come. You want to go ahead and let me know down in the comments below what other release clause content should we bring back? Do we go ahead and take on those release clause rebuilds again now with a brand new updated system? And let me know down below.
Listen, I need you all to subscribe to BCHD and help him reach 100,000 before 2021. Word is on the street, he is the best FIFA creator of all time. That's the word on the street. The B said so.
If any of you know Sir BCHD, one of his favorite sensations in the world is activating a release clause. He loves it. He gets around it every time. Today's a different story though. We'll see if he can handle all these £1 release clauses. To be fair, I don't even know if I'm ready for all this. We have reached deadline day already, and I can already see one of our players getting sold. It's Luke Shaw to Napoli. And yeah, pointing out the obvious there, media. Napoli's still a bargain buy as they grab Luke Shaw on £1. Basically a free. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they've been knocked off their perch. We have never seen sales anything like this before. Here's a look at our current exports. We have deadline day still to come. Luke Shaw, as we already know, Lord Lingardinho, he's off to Marseille. He's taking a trip to France for £1. It's Anthony Martial headed to Chelsea. Frank Lampard and the Blues being frugal after their ginormous summer spending, and it's Harry Maguire, the fridge, has departed for £1 to Windsor, and he's joining Antonio Conte's man, Stade Rennais, actually investing in Fred for £1. Bargains galore over here, and our centre-backs are being poached with Eric Bailly off to Hoffenheim for £1. We've got Nemanja Matic moving to AC Milan for £1. Alex Telles, he's just joined us. The Brazilian left-back, he's moving to PSG, and we have Edinson Cavani, another summer signing for United. Liverpool have decided to add extra salt into the wounds, and he is headed to Merseyside on a £1 deal. After having a summer clearance of 9 players departing the club, we've made a profit of £9. When you talk about big business deals, when you talk about men that know how to run a football club, Sir BCHD is up there with his 68 manager rating. I'm surprised it's not lower. Can we survive deadline day unscathed? I highly doubt it. Sir BCHD and United are under major pressure right now. We have some more transfer news as Pogba joins Barcelona on a £1 deal. He is off to Spain, and the Frenchman finally departing Old Trafford in a cut price deal. It was like literally nearly 100% off. Barcelona signed Paul Pogba for £1. It doesn't look right. It doesn't seem right. It looks like there's a glitch on screen. Believe you me, we've made a minus 99% profit on Paul Pogba. There we go. Another one bites the dust. McTominay off to Wolves on deadline day for £1. Brilliant piece of business by the Midlands club, and Wolves gain yet another star in their ranks, but deadline day is over. We can breathe easy for now, but it still doesn't mean our players can't get their release clauses activated throughout the off period of the transfer window. clubs can still come in and line up some deals for January. So this is the current starting 11. This is how it's looking. Our major keeps, we've still kept Greenwood, Rashford, Van der Beek, David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka as well. So a lot of players that we've kept and retained. This is probably our best starting 11. Bruno the captain. James Garner has to start. We've got a back line of Lindelof and Rojo. Igalo leading the lineup top. One Matza to come off the bench. It is not looking too good. We have left remaining with 31 players in our entire squad. If you want a quick recap of our transfer window, just 2 signings gone on deadline day. Some of our biggest and best stars departing Old Trafford on £1. In the transfer market, Royal Antwerp have picked up Haram Bawadu for £1. I guess they've pounced on that opportunity. No other clubs pouncing on the rest of the £1 players besides Sergio Roberto. Borussia Dortmund have snatched him for £1, so good on them. He's no longer available on the release clause market. Ignacio Fernandez moving to Newcastle on £1 basis. Classic Mike Ashley move, spending the least money possible to get the maximum return. He must be loving this challenge right now. Mark Bartra has moved to Atalanta for £1, so the Bergamaschi picking up a great Spanish centre-back on the cheap. Here we go, we've landed in January. Let's take a look and see how our boys are going. 55 manager rating for Sir BCHD. Have the £1 transfers continued? It's only one. It is Valencia on the 16th of October. They got this deal done early. It is Mason Greenwood departing for Sevilla. He is off to Spain for £1 as our 19-year-old golden boy has escaped our grasp as the Red Devils getting torn limb from limb. These desperate times have called for desperate measures, and we've called up our homegrown talent, Thomas Rose, and you just know we had to assign him with a £1 release clause. Still, we have uncharted territory ahead of us with January up and coming, but we're currently sitting in 7th with 36 points. I want to see if we can go in for some £1 players and revive this squad to somehow come back and win the Premier League or fight for a top 4 spot. First issue I'm thinking about it to CDM Casemiro. It's a no-brainer. £1 with the Brazilian deep line playmaker. You just knew we had to partner up Van der Beek in there. Hopefully that deal comes into realization. We need a brand new striker. We can't have a Gallo up there leading the line, so Erling Braut Haaland is going to get activated on site. We are picking him up. I reckon, okay, we go for Grimaldo, major upgrade from centre-back, and he's our £1 merchant. The Spaniard is going to finally depart Benfica. It feels good to be activating release clauses, especially knowing that we're getting him for a cut price. Adnan Januzaj, I just feel like bringing him back to the club for the memes, but I feel like he can also be a decent player. Let's see the Belgian return to Old Trafford as well. Mendy, I'm thinking about converting him into a centre-back just because it's a position we need right now for the team. So, you know, on God, we're picking him up for £1, and in terms of another centre-back, I might just have to go for Bastoni here. Pulling the trigger on that one. £1 spent again. We are splashing the cash in order to get us back up to the top. It's this mini release clause renaissance. It's a revolution. Trust me, if you thought the new boys were going to escape without a £1 release clause in their contract, you thought wrong, because every new player we're bringing in, they've got a £1 release clause. Casemiro the captain, Erling Haaland, yes, just the same risk applies to all of our new signings. We've only gone and done it. We've had to do it to them. That's how it works over here. In the door, out the door, within a couple of weeks. It's well and truly a possibility. Here's a look at your brand new United starting 11 after all those £1 pickups. After all that good news, I have to inform you on a bit of bad news, because after all those signings, we have let go of Bruno Fernandes. Real Madrid have came in and captured him on a cut deal. He is off to Los Blancos. The Santiago Bernabeu will be his brand new home. It was only a matter of time, and we had to lose him eventually. He was always a ticking time bomb ready to go off. As Daniel James, he went under the radar. He's now departed to Crystal Palace for £1. Here are where our nefarious trade deals have got us. In January of 2021, it is deadline day. We have made a profit of £4. That means 2 more players have departed. Let's take a look and see who it was. Aaron Wan-Bissaka moving to Liverpool again. What's with these guys? What's with Jurgen Klopp and poaching our best players? You've already got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Okay, I'm glad we picked up Carvajal then. And of course, our big Iceman, the Swede, has been poached in one of our weakest areas on the pitch. Defense has been atrocious as Hoffenheim capture Lindelof for £1. We've only had 1 more player hit the exit door, and that was one of our youth academy prospects, Traore, so it wasn't really too much of a major loss. Now at the end of season 1, this is what went down for the rest of the window. We have James Garner departing to PSG for £1. Aliou Traore joins him in France at Monaco. It isn't the worst case scenario, as most of the team is still left intact. So BCHD left with a 55 manager rating, and this is how they finished off the season in 6th. In January, they were sitting in 5th, and they were so close to qualifying for the Champions League, only 1 point away from 4th position. It was their 15 draws that held them back. I mean, you gotta turn those draws into wins, lads. What's going on? Profit here at United is probably at an all-time low. Selling players for £1. It is not the best fighting financial or business decision. Even though this isn't a proper career mode, it just gives me anxiety looking at all these £1 release clauses. This is actually a nightmare. Kevin De Bruyne's release clause has not been reset, but right here with Raheem Sterling, he started off the save with a £1 release clause. The Man City board hopped onto this one quick. They re-signed his contract and assigned him with a brand new release clause. So no more £1 for Raheem Sterling. Gianluigi Donnarumma, he was going to be our emergency backup plan in case De Gea got his release clause activated. And AC Milan have instated him with a brand new £222.3 million release clauses. In older games, they just leave their release clause as it be. Here in FIFA 21, the CPU AI have just gotten a whole lot smarter. You aren't really going to find those cheap hidden gems that have release clauses lower than their actual value. Here is how the £1 release clause team performed. We have Marcus Rashford and Van de Beek, the current 2 MVPs of the squad, but it's the man we brought in January who really turned things around. The Norwegian golden boy himself, Erling Braut Haaland, with 13 goals and 2 assists. Adnan Januzaj, upon his return to Old Trafford, marked it with 4 goals and 2 assists. The Argentine Papu Gomez managed to conjure up 4 goals and an assist. Daniel Carvajal and Ferland Mendy also getting 2 goals to their names, just like Alejandro Grimaldo and Jack Grealish. Our £1 purchases in January have really come through and low-key revived our season. I seriously don't know where we'd be without them. I'm not sure how long we can keep this up for, if we can even survive in Season 2, but we'll go ahead and advance into our next campaign. Another transfer window is ahead. Brace yourselves for impact as more £1 deals are about to be completed. Now, if you thought we lost some key players in Season 1, think again, because to start off Season 2, it is Marcus Rashford to Juventus for £1 as we let him go on a cut price deal. There was a bit of drama surrounding it as well. The media think we can't cope without Rashford, and I'd probably say they're on the money there. Rashford agrees the Juventus deal, but is still committed to United. He was in 2 minds before leaving to Italy. With one of our most exciting stars, homegrown talent, off to one of the biggest clubs in the world, we have an experienced Juan Mata who makes his return back to Spain. He's joining his former club, Valencia. Donny Van de Beek, what have you done with yourself, mate? An absolute traitor is in our ranks, because the Dutchman, he's headed off to Manchester City on £1. I thought he was going to become a club legend, a fan favourite, but those hopes and dreams have completely been slashed as he is making the move across the border. The 24-year-old joining the arch enemy. He's become public enemy number 1. On Derby Day, he better watch out. We haven't had a release clause activation for a while, and on deadline day, things have reignited with Axel Tuanzebe. Just like Juan Mata, he is departed to La Liga as Getafe sign the English centre-back and continue to weaken our defensive department. Not only are they picking apart our most experienced and quality players, but they're going after our young guns as well. That all but confirms that he is off to, I believe that is Boca Juniors. They're unlicensed in the game, so I can't really tell, but the Uruguayan is making the move back to South America for £1. Some of our current stars, some of our future stars have been shipped out the club this window. Thankfully, it will not get any worse for the time being. Deadline day is over, and this window hasn't done us completely dirty. It's definitely a bit more quality over quantity we've lost. We started off this season with a 33-man squad, now left with 28. How much longer can we hold on to these 28 players before January hits? Here is your new look at Manchester United squad after that £1 transfer window selling spree. It's decent for the time being, but the squad really lacks depth and quality. Kevin De Bruyne still available on £1. We've reset Raheem Sterling's release clause to £1 as well. Nabil Fekir, he's joined Antonio Conte at the San Siro for Inter, so an interesting switch there. Another move to Milan, it is Moussa Diaby. I was imagining so much more transfer business to get done and just players end up at random clubs. There we go, Yassin Adli now at Watford. Doesn't seem like too many of the CPU clubs are recognizing, and the AI haven't really taken full advantage as we once thought they would. Here's how things are looking in January. We've been greeted with the news so far that Ferland Mendy is our 2nd player departing to PSG. That was the only £1 acquisition in 6 months. I'll take that. Currently sitting again at a comfortable 6th in the league, can easily break into the top 4. I'm thinking about returning the favour to Manchester City in this transfer window. I want to poach Kevin De Bruyne. He's just been sitting there looking at me with those puppy eyes. He wants that release clause activated, and we're going to be the ones to do it. Let's get the Belgian on the right side of Manchester. Our response to them stealing Van de Beek away from us, and we're in desperate need of a quality left winger, so Raheem Sterling, we've reset that £1 release clause, and we are paying it. £2 for 2 of Manchester City's best players. I believe we need a backup to Erling Braut Haaland up top, so the man for the job, João Felix. Portuguese players, they seem to thrive at United. Let's get him on the books, and hopefully he can replicate the likes of Bruno and Ronaldo here at Old Trafford. We're in desperate need of a centre mid partner for Casemiro. I've got my eyes set on Liverpool's worst nightmare, Marcos Llorente. Single-handedly knocked them out of the Champions League last season. season, and I think that's the exact kind of player we need at the club. You know what else I'll add to my shopping basket for £1? It's Vinicius Jr. I'm thinking of converting him to a right winger for the time being, just to compete with Januzaj on that right hand side and really upgrade our wing and attacking play. Realistic or not, we did what we had to do and poach some £1 release clause transfers for ourselves. We can't just let the other clubs get away with this. We had to pounce when we could. The baller KDB, Vinicius Jr. has also arrived with the brand new number 23. Raheem Sterling's traded Manchester Blue for Manchester Red. Joao Felix also joins. You best believe they got auto-assigned with a £1 surprise in their contract. There is their release clauses for the new boys. Just like every single other player at the club, they get the same treatment. They've signed on the dotted line, and we have the second half of the season to get underway. Oh yeah, you thought we could spend about £6 in the transfer market and get away with it? No, no, no. As Barcelona have come in for the ex-Real Madrid man, Daniel Carvajal, they have paid out his £1 release clause, and then our 88 rated right back, one of our best defenders, is out the door. Our defense is under siege, and another one of these season 1 signings is now no longer with us. Tell me the last transfer window where Manchester United spent £5, probably back in the 1800s. I love that for us. Our record transfer fee is £1. We can't escape the rest of January unscathed, and it's Jack Grealish making the move to Spurs for £1. The North Londoners and Jose have gotten their man. Thankfully, we picked up Raheem Sterling as yet another defender is off to Everton. Alessandro Bastoni is joining Carlo Ancelotti over in Merseyside, and our defense is literally the worst in the league. Deadline day is here, and we've spent a total of £5, made £3 profit. These are some big money deals we're seeing. Uh-oh, Januzaj release clause met on deadline day is not looking good. I hate getting those emails. They just send shivers up my spine, man. There we have it. There's a confirmation. Januzaj sold to Manchester City. We're having this back and forth about, not just on the football pitch, but in the transfer market. Pep Guardiola's firing some shots, and Wolfsburg have come in for Fosu Mensah. We're going to have no defenders left by the end of this. There he is, another traitor, another snake in our ranks. We've gotten rid of him. He's having his interview, sitting pretty. He's going to collect his bag at the empty ad. It's their new number 17, and it's our penultimate sale. As here we have Timothy Fosu Mensah. Move on over to Germany. Wolfsburg have acquired his services for £1. We're going to have to trust in the backup brigade, but this is our squad that we have managed to assemble here in January 2021. It's a pretty dire effort in terms of our Premier League campaign. In contrast to United's lofty standards, they finished outside the top 4 again, and this time it was an even bigger margin, now sitting in 6th, living without Champions League football for 2 seasons now. They finished above the likes of Chelsea in 9th, but taking out the title is Manchester City. They've done so, stealing 2 of our best players. It's really just rubbing salt in the wounds at this point, and getting relegated is Nottingham Forest, Brighton, and Stoke City. Getting knocked out in round 6 at the FA Cup 1-0 to Spurs. Jack Grealish and his new club get some revenge on us, and even more salt gets jammed into our wounds right now as Tottenham take home the Carabao Cup 5-4 on penalties. We lose to a team that hasn't won a trophy in 10 years. Somehow we've made it into a Europa League final against the likes of Bayern Munich in 2022. Can a team full of £1 release clauses win a trophy in their second campaign against the likes of Bayern? It's going to be a tough test, but we're quick simming this one, and it's a 5-4 win on penalties. That has got to be a major shock. It went down to Valverde missing his penalties, but all the players we've acquired throughout the windows have scored theirs. There we go. Without Haaland, the release clause boys have won the Europa League. Now, what I'm planning to do in Season 3 is just to simulate throughout. I want to see how long it's going to take us to completely get rid of this entire team full of £1 release clauses waiting to be activated here. Onwards to Season 3 now, where we're probably going to see this team completely shredded to bits. I'm going to sit back and relax with a coffee in hand and just witness the madness unfold. But let's see if the third campaign is going to mark the end of Manchester United. Here is what we've feared. The summer transfer window that's just gone down has lowered the squad to 18 members. That is the minimum number of players you can have in career mode. I don't think it's possible for any more release clauses to get activated. The game just won't let it happen because we'd go under the minimum limit. So therefore, I'm just going to sign up a bunch of random free agents to see if any more release clauses are going to get activated in the coming months. Now, here were the release clause departures that broke the camel's back. We have Marcos Llorente, recently acquired. He's moving to Olympique Lyon for £1. We've got Diogo Dalot making the move to fellow Premier League side Leicester City, and Joao Felix departs to Inter for £1 as well. Grimaldo, another player sold to Juventus. They have no chill. They take Rashford and Grimaldo off us, and they get away with a £2 fee. In terms of keeping you updated on all the other transfer moves going down for £1, it is Steven Bergwein making the move to the team that we destroyed in the Europa League final last year. Bayern Munich pick up the Dutch winger. On the other hand, not too many things to report on so far. It looks like Lucas Ocampos is back packing his bags for London as Chelsea acquire the Argentine. They're just loving their £1 release clauses, aren't they? The richest club in the world, and they've decided to buy the cheapest players. It doesn't even make sense. Here is how the rest of the transfer business went down in season 3. It was our first major departure. Papu Gomez making the move to buy Leverkusen for £1. Marcos Rojo, another defender lost in our backline. He joins Jesse Lingard at Marseille. We brought in another random free agent as we had both Kevin De Bruyne and Sterling. Raheem makes the signing back to Liverpool, and it's KDB. Moving to Inter, they're assembling a super squad over there in Italy. It was Andreas Pereira, probably our biggest loss yet, on a free transfer to Sheffield United. It leaves our squad pretty bare, and if we transfer into season 4, we're going to lose even more players. Here's how they finished off the season though in the Premier League. They actually qualified for the Champions League, sitting in 4th in a season where we didn't have too much control. We just simulated through it. Man City win the title again, with Liverpool coming in a close second. We lose out the FA Cup final, another domestic cup final where we lose at the final stages. How many times can I say final in one sentence? As we move on over to the Carabao Cup, it was Brighton to take down Man City 2-0, and we got eliminated back in round 3 on penalties to Spurs. This club will not leave us alone. In the Champions League though, Liverpool took it out 4-1, and United eliminated to Barcelona 4-3 on aggregate in the round of 16. So somehow, some way, we were able to survive Erling Haaland staying loyal, or no clubs really opening their eyes to picking him up on a £1 deal. He was our top goal scorer with 29 goals and 6 assists. Vinicius Jr. completely flourished at right wing. We took away as many of the free agents as we could. There's still some left there, but that is it. They've just made up the 18, and we can't release any more players. So that is the squad we've been left with after every single player has been assigned with a £1 release clause. This is how the squad would have looked headed into season 4. But we're going to end it there, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy our backline getting torn to shreds, all those release clauses getting activated, and pure mayhem unfolding on your screens. If you did go on to enjoy, make sure to drop it a like down below, hit subscribe, as we're on the hunt for 100,000 subscribers before the turn of the year, and we are oh so close. But as always, I've been Sir BCHD. That has been every single player at our club with a £1 release clause in their contracts. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.